Jake Paul is back in the ring. He'll be fighting Cesar Chavez Jr., a real boxer, a legit
Kind
boxer.
of. I
But
mean,
there's been some issues.
yeah. I don't.
um,
How real is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in 2025 is what we're about to find out.
yeah.
All right, back to the screen share we go. As you tee up on the topic here, we have the card. By the way, Box Rec, because they have a weird sort of ranking system as to how they rate the card. You can't even find this until like the second to last fight, the second fight to the bottom. They have the highest rated fight according to Box Rec is Floyd Schofield and Tevin Farmer, and I
It's
would
gonna be
agree with
great.
that. We
Yes,
both would agree with that. So I'm
that's
excited
on the
about it.
same card.
Yes.
We have to do a post fight show.
Okay.
Like, there's no way we can't. Like, I'm telling you right now, Brian, we have to do it, right? Like, at first you were like, "Do you want to do the Jake Paul post fight?" And I was like, "Ah, I don't know. I'd rather go out." But now I'm like, okay, like that's a fight. I really like
Well, you
Tevin
you got
Farmer.
to blow off some steam. Both of us do.
Yeah,
We've been working
yeah,
like crazy. That's why you didn't see us last week. NBA draft, by the way, is today. Your boy's doing a live watch party on his channel later with some friends, including Dexter Henry, who we both know. So if you are interested in the NBA draft, we'll be doing that later on my channel. Shantelle will be traveling to Seattle because Seattle Storm keep playing important games in the
yeah.
W. So there's that. Okay. Floyd Schofield, Tevin Farmer is a good fight. We'll get to
Very
this.
good.
How much do you care on a scale of 1 to 10? Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Like maybe like a 4, but only because of Chavez Jr., to be honest with you. Like, I care, like, because I'm like, okay, like, he does have power. Like, what if he is able to knock out Jake Paul? But then I also think, like, I don't know. Like, I think Jake Paul's probably gonna get a knockdown and like win by decision or something.
Have you seen the press run?
Yeah, it's weird. I saw their face off, and I didn't understand one word Julio Cesar Chavez was saying.
I haven't seen anything of Julio Cesar Chavez
I
Jr.
actually thought that Jake Paul was very good in the face off. Like, there's
He's
some,
entertaining.
it's really weird, but I started off like not liking Jake Paul at all because I was like I'm such a boxing purist. Like, what's going on here? Now I'm like growing to like him. It's really weird because
Damn.
I like the entertainment value that he brings. So I will admit that.
Julio's 39.
Oh, this is not good. Like, when was the last time we saw Julio in the ring? It's been forever.
Well, I'm on his wiki now instead of BoxRec. BoxRec keeps giving me ads. Oh yeah, that's right. He beat Uriah Hall, noted
I
boxer Uriah Hall. Listen, one of my favorite
I love
MMA
you, Uriah
fighters of
Hall,
all
dude.
time, Queen stand up. But that was the last time we saw him. It was unanimous decision victory, so he didn't knock out Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall's tough as shit, so I'm not holding that too much against him. But here's the big thing: the split decision loss to Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva June 4 years ago, almost to the day. Anderson Silva, who, by the way, born in 75, he's 50 years old. So he was 46, and he outboxed a 35-year-old JCC Jr.
But it's Silva, dude.
in
Like,
Mexico.
this is like, but it's Silva. Like, there's so much
No,
greatness, dude.
no.
I don't like it's. I'm a big Anderson Silva fan, so I'm just like,
Jake Paul beat him.
yeah, I know. I was
Uh,
upset that day.
how are y'all betters in the chat? How are y'all betting on this fight?
Well, Tyrone the Great, who also donated to the show, guys, says I want to put money on Chavez. I might too, just for the hell of it, but I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Oh my god. Okay.
I might do it because this is okay. Would you guys agree that this is the most legit boxer that he's ever fought?
Yeah,
Yeah,
1000%.
right. So like,
Jake Paul's, look at the odds. He's minus 700
so I would just put money on
on the
that plus
money
450.
line.
But it just takes one shot, dude. And power is the last thing to go. And Jake Paul does leave himself exposed at times. Chavez is smart, dude.
Is Jake is I don't know if he's that smart. Um is he like that cooked that Jake Paul like minus 700? Am I tripping, chat? Am I just off here in thinking that this would be a lot closer potentially? Jake
No,
Paul to
no.
win by
I
decision or on points
Brian, I
minus
don't think
105.
I don't think you are tripping. And this is like no disrespect to Chavez and his family, but like there's what have we seen lately? Like we've seen him in the news for like the worst things like drugs and all this stuff. Like he's older, you know, and I think people are looking at this fight like, okay, this is Jake Paul should definitely win this fight. But then I'm looking at it like, yo, this is the most legit boxer that he's ever faced. A real boxer.
By far.
Been in the ring with some dudes, and he does have power.
But
Unless this is all rigged, okay, then we're gonna see a knockout by Jake Paul.
but here's the thing. He lost to. That's what I meant to say. Just the ooh didn't come out. He lost to Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury, okay, but he beat Anderson Silva, who beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I'm sorry. Can we please go to this comment? This is too good. This is too good. Chavez will show up to the fight with a King Leader slushie. That's a great comment. And if let us know if I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'll let Bryan do it.
Is it Josh?
We're gonna go with Josh. Yeah.
Is it a nickname? Is it a nickname?
Let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you for that comment. That made me laugh. That was hilarious. Thank you.
It will
Look at this one. Joseph S. This is funny too. Okay. Sorry, this is like an older comment. Shane Mosley was 100 years old when he fought Canelo. It's true. We were talking about Canelo earlier if you want to go back, if you just joined us now.
Jesus Christmas. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. by knockout plus 700. By knockout, technical knockout.
Okay, here's the thing. Do you think that Chavez can beat him on the cards?
Sure.
Dude, he should be able to.
like what this is a former world champion.
Like, what are we talking about here? Right? Like
he's 39. His body might actually be 59. Like, I don't know, man. He's a wild card, doesn't make weight.
And if Josh is right, he might show up to the fight with the
like you remember when he fought Danny? Like, here's the thing.
Okay, wait. Foxy has such a great comment. By the way, Foxy, good friend of the show from the UK. And Tommy Fury is such a bad boxer as well. Awful. Worst British fighter of all time. And Foxy can attest to this because Foxy's from the UK. So if anyone's going to make a type of statement like this, it's our good friend of the show, Foxy.
And I don't know if he's worse than Christian Light, but, like, who's famously at 12 and 280 and 9. Just somebody who the sport needs, obviously, because you gotta beat certain guys on the way up. Look, I mean, remember that fight Chavez had against Danny Jacobs?
Sorry, man. Josh is on fire today, dude. Look at this one. Chavez Jr. is the final boss for YouTube boxing. Finish him. That's great. Also, Marlon 2631. We got to give a shout out. Good friend of the show. Yes. What's up, guys? Been a minute. Thanks, Marlon, for joining us.
It's been very busy, obviously, with WNBA season for Chantelle's picked up for me as well, but also the NBA playoffs and finals. And I've been potting like crazy over at my other jobs. Danny Jacobs beat the shit out of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Chavez just was accused of quitting, which, you could say that. I mean, it's just been bad, man. It's just been bad. If we want to go fight by fight real quick, not like fight by fight, but like just looking at it more in depth, like look at these performances. Like, I mean, this is years ago too. Like he even Box Records like, yo, he quit in this corner.
You guys, I have a question. Okay, so like obviously we don't know the contracts, right? But if you're Jake Paul, and is there a bonus? Is there a secret bonus if Chavez loses? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder.
A knockout bonus.
I wonder if there's things like that in this contract. It's not to say any of it is fake. I don't know, right? But like, I'm just saying, like, Chavez should win this fight. And if he doesn't, and there's weird stuff that goes on, I'm going to be questioning it. We need to do a post-fight show, Bryan.
Anderson Silva hadn't boxed in 16 years when he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Now, I know he obviously, competed in MMA. I think, and I want to say Anderson Silva done grappling also in the midst of that. But at the same time, like, he was 1-1 as a pro boxer. He beats Tito Ortiz, and then he fights Jake Paul in 2022, and I low key thought he was very competitive in that fight. Like the scorecards were too
Mhm.
wide, and then he got dropped, and I was like, oh, there's no chance. There's no chance this is happening. Um, these odds one more time are crazy. Yeah. So let's the rest of the card actually, because the rest of the card is legitimately interesting. I think Tevin Farmer, if we could just look real quick, Tevin Farmer, he should have gotten a better result against Raymond Murataya. I don't know if he won that fight, but I felt like he got the point deduction in round 8. And if not for that, it would have been a draw, in my opinion, or could have been a
Yeah.
draw, in my opinion. He would have lost the majority decision based on these cards, but I thought Murataya got a lot of respect in that fight. I thought Farmer straight up won the first fight against William Cejudo,
Yes.
and the second one I think was closer, probably more of a draw.
Yeah.
I don't think William Zepeda definitively won either fight.
I think if you said he won the second one, though, I'd be okay with it.
Sure.
But I do think that you can make the argument that Tevin Farmer won both of those fights. I do think there is an argument to be had there.
So let me ask you, because you like Kid Austin,
I do.
do you think he's in trouble here? Assuming he makes
I
it to the fight. He's a slight favorite, very slight. I'm gonna pull up the odds right now, actually.
I think this is a very important fight for Kid Austin. And I think Tevin Farmer is going to make it very difficult for him because that's what Tevin Farmer does. But here's the thing. I think, and it's just weird, but this happens in boxing where all of a sudden you keep getting fed. You're a boxer and you keep getting fed to all these up and coming guys. And I think it's one of those things that's happening with Tevin Farmer. And I hate to say it, like, even if he wins, he's not going to win.
That's the difficult thing about not having punching power, ultimately. So he has to like really, to your point, school Schofield, which
That could possibly happen because when was the
right.
last time we saw Kid Austin? And he's not as experienced, but I think there's a lot of talent there, and I really like him as a young fighter.
7 months, almost 8 months.
Okay, that's
We
a
haven't
little bit
seen
of a
him fight.
layoff. He's coming off a surgery, is he not?
Is he?
Like that's why he pulled out
Well,
of the
no, he
Shakur
he
fight,
was
right?
he was ill or whatever,
Oh,
and
okay.
like people just thought he was ducking Shakur included. So he's plus 105 to win on points. Tevin Farmer plus 220. That's probably fair.
I'm just not betting on Tevin because they're gonna rob him if he wins. I'm not trying to lose my money. I'd get robbed too. I think Tevin can always win a fight, but I don't know if the judges will ever give it to him, if that
Yeah,
makes any sense. So that's why I
no, that's
don't
fair.
like betting on Tevin Farmer, even though like we all might sit down and be like, you know what, Tevin won that fight. The judges aren't going to think so. And then also Kid Austin is up and coming, and then it's like, are there those big fights for him? And I think there are. And in boxing, sometimes that's the game. Like I think there's a lot of political stuff that happens, and I think that this is one of those situations, Bryan. That's just my thoughts.
Do you care about anything else on this card? You have Raul
Uh,
Curiel. You have
Gilberto Ramirez, yeah. I mean, I like watching him fight.
yeah, the cruiserweight
Holly
championship.
Holm, this is a great card, Bryan. We have to do a post-fight show.
Yeah, Holly Holm making her return to boxing. In a legitimately tough fight against
Yeah.
Yolanda Vega.
Is there anything else you're interested in? I think this is a good fight. It's a
Joshua
good card.
Edwards. Joshua
Okay.
Avius Griffin too to some degree, but Joshua Edwards, who in the heavyweight division, he's somebody who I think is in a very, very interesting position. He's a very interesting prospect
He's
for
from Houston
people.
too. Okay.
Yeah,
Man,
big boy.
Texas they just produce such good boxers. It's
For
ridiculous.
people who may not remember, he lost in the Olympics. He made the Olympic team for Team USA. He lost in the opener. I believe a super heavyweight.